Good morning. Today is an incredibly significant day in the Parliament. Today the Prime Minister will present the Closing the Gap report. We know already that the achievement of targets is no different to last year. Only 2 targets are on track to be achieved, and that is early childhood and Year 12 graduation. This is a dismal situation in this country, an absolutely dismal situation. We have seen infighting continuing overnight in the Nationals Party room and the Liberals Party room about constitutional recognition of First Peoples. Labor's position has been absolutely clear, crystal clear, since the bringing down of the Uluru Statement. And that is that Labor supports in full the Uluru Statement. That is a constitutionally enshrined voice for Aboriginal people within the Australian Constitution. That is agreement making and of course a Makarrata Commission to oversee the truth-telling process. The Liberals are in absolute disarray about this very important issue. We saw the High Court yesterday hand down a significant case in Tom and Love, reaffirming the importance of Aboriginal people's identity and connection to country. These are important issues for the Constitution, and the Liberal Party cannot even get themselves together to agree that there should be some sort of referendum and a voice to the Parliament. It seems to me that when you have a look at the outcomes that the Prime Minister will hand down today in relation to closing the gap, with only 2 of the 7 outcomes on track to be met, you have to look at this as a 3rd-term government. This neglect has happened on their watch, including the cutting of over $500 million from the Aboriginal Affairs budget and walking away from Commonwealth responsibility in the Aboriginal Affairs space. It's dismal, it's unacceptable, and the people that suffer are not statistics. They are real people. They are cousins, they are sons and daughters, they are grandmothers, they are aunties, they are people that we know that die far too young in a first world nation as wealthy as Australia.
There's a lot of concerning statistics in the Closing the Gap report. Do you think non-Indigenous Australians just seem to go glazy-eyed when they read these reports?
The point that you're making about statistics washing over people, I think, is an incredibly important one. These, as I said, are not statistics. These are real people. I have been to many communities where housing is completely inadequate, where overcrowding is causing enormous chaos, where overcrowding is contributing to child protection issues, to domestic violence issues, to health issues, to educational outcomes. I've been to communities where clean water is not available, so therefore people can't get dialysis. I've been to communities where old people are dying because they are living in such horrid conditions.
What do you think the Australian government would be doing if non-Indigenous children were dying at the rates of Indigenous children?
The child mortality rates are appalling. Whilst there is an argument, I'm sure the Prime Minister will make, that infant mortality for Aboriginal children has improved, well, so has infant mortality improved for all children. So therefore the rates are not getting better, they're in fact staying about the same. The gap is huge. I think most people would find it completely unacceptable if the infant mortality rate for Aboriginal children was the infant mortality rate across the board.
In terms of the decision yesterday in the High Court, how significant was it? I know you touched on it before, but how significant was it for Aboriginal people?
The High Court decision yesterday was incredibly significant. I've heard Tony McAvoy SC and Megan Davis, a professional constitutional, Megan Davis, professor in constitutional law, and other Commonwealth constitutional law experts talk about its significance. What it does is a number of things. The High Court decision yesterday reaffirms the important connection, the special connection that Aboriginal people have to Australia and their historical connection. And that is, in my view, incredibly significant. It reinforces Aboriginal connection to country in Australia.
For the non-Indigenous people who might be reading the Closing the Gap report, might not be here today for the events, how would you sum up what we've learned today for them?
Well, today we will see that there has been almost no change from 12 months ago in terms of closing the gap. The positive thing is that there is a new partnership with the Coalition of Peaks, with the Australian government. Let's hope that that new partnership is going to bear fruit in the long run. But at the end of the day, the infighting within the coalition party room is such that it's overshadowed the President of Indonesia's visit this year. It's overshadowed the condolence motion on bushfires, and I am afraid it could possibly overshadow what is today an incredibly important day, not just for First Nations people in Australia, but for all Australians to understand the plight of First Nations people, which has changed almost not at all since the report last year. Now, this is a major concern. The focus and the infighting within the coalition party is affecting the way in which Australia is being governed, and that, to me, is incredibly worrying, particularly with the potential to overshadow what is today a very important day for First Australians and all Australians.